Making headlines, Parliament tables resolution on overtime pay and refers decentralisation amendments for committee review. Vice President meets members of South Ililumati Atoll Council. And the total number of registered tourism beds surpasses 64,000 with over 700 new beds added so far this year.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to MMTV News in English. I'm Shama Shoaib, your host for the evening. The final report by the Special Presidential Commission investigating the April 18, 2025 incident in Male has been published in full on the official website of the President's Office following the instruction of President Dr. Mohammad Moise.
This marks the first time a Commission report of this nature has been made entirely accessible to the public. The Commission, established on April 27, was tasked with conducting an independent and credible investigation into the case of Yumna Rashid, a young woman found collapsed on the rooftop of a building in Hemveru, Male. Its mandate included establishing the facts, assessing the response of relevant institutions, and making recommendations. According to the report, medical records and doctors' testimonies indicated no evidence that Yumna had been subjected to any violent force. She sustained no injuries other than those consistent with the fall. The report further noted that it did not appear that Raud Ahmad Zilal, the only other person found to be present at the time of the incident, had violently pushed her. As no one else was known to be at the scene, the Commission concluded that it did not appear practically possible for any other party to have been involved. During its 52-day inquiry, the Commission met with 69 individuals, including follow-up interviews with 4 people, and reviewed CCTV footage from 14 locations, communication logs, mobile phone records, and social media data. Meanwhile, the Maldives Police Service obtained statements from more than 80 individuals, including relatives, witnesses, emergency responders, and institutional representatives. Investigators also conducted site visits to Hemveru Fentanoy and Hemveru Mitas, inspecting the related apartment and terrace, speaking with residents and godown staff. Supporting documents, photographs, and audiovisual materials were collected as part of the inquiry. To gather additional public input, the Commission launched an online portal on May 9 for individuals to submit information or tips related to the case. However, no new leads were received through the platform. The final report outlines a detailed timeline of the events of April 18, including the coordinated emergency response from the Maldives Police Service, Maldives National Defence Force, Emergency Medical Services, and the Family Protection Authority. In addition to its findings, the report presents a series of recommendations spanning 5 key areas. Proposed actions include enhanced training for first responders, standardized evidence handling protocols, improved institutional communication, and increased public awareness efforts aimed at prevention. This inquiry marks the fastest completion of a presidential investigation of its kind in the country. The full report is available for public viewing on the President's Office website.
Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif met with the members of the South Ililumati Atoll Council to discuss key development challenges facing the Northern Atoll. During the meeting at the President's Office, councillors raised concerns over inadequate housing, poor transport connectivity, and the lack of comprehensive waste management system. They noted that the limited number of scheduled flights to Kurdufushi Airport continues to restrict access to services and affect mobility across the region. The Council called for faster progress on ongoing housing projects and highlighted waste management as a critical concern, urging reforms to address delays and inefficiencies in service delivery. Proposals were also made to boost community-based tourism, with councillors emphasizing the need for equitable economic benefits. In this regard, they proposed designating Faridu as development zone to create income and employment opportunities. Additionally, they urged the government to expedite the planned relocation of Hirimaradu residents, citing persistent logistical challenges. The Vice President acknowledged the concerns raised and assured the Council that the government would engage with relevant institutions to identify practical solutions. He reaffirmed the administration's commitment to working closely with local councils to ensure effective implementation of national development priorities. Two key resolutions addressing challenges in public sector operations and local governance were brought before the People's Majlis today. One advocating for fair overtime compensation in the health sector and education sectors, and another proposing structural reforms to Decentralization Act. The first resolution, submitted by Kandithimu MP Amin Faisal, calls for a review of current overtime regulations and urges the establishment of a fair framework to compensate extended work hours in the health and education sectors. MP Faisal noted that staff in these fields frequently work beyond official hours despite existing provisions, contributing to dissatisfaction and recruitment difficulties. The motion also urges relevant authorities to conduct a comprehensive review of the wage system relating to overtime work. Meanwhile, Parliament passed another resolution submitted by Bara MP Ibrahim Shujao, proposing amendments to the Decentralization Act. The changes aim to restructure island councils by appointing 1 or 2 full-time councillors per island, with other members receiving sitting allowances instead of full salaries. Approved with 52 votes in favour and 11 against, the proposal has been referred to the Committee on Decentralization for further review. MP Shujao argued that although Decentralization Act has been amended numerous times over the past 15 years, it has failed to deliver significant improvements in local governance or island development. All Maldivian pilgrims have returned home after successfully completing this year's Hajj pilgrimage, according to the Maldives Hajj Corporation. The pilgrims were sent to Saudi Arabia in 4 separate groups. The final group arrived in Male late Tuesday night on a flight operated by the national airline Maldivian. Speaking to state media, Hajj Corporation Managing Director Muhammad Shakil said the overall feedback from the pilgrims had been overwhelmingly positive. He noted that the pilgrims appeared satisfied with the arrangements and appreciated the support provided throughout the journey. He attributed the success of this year's operations to strong coordination between relevant agencies and consistent oversight from President Dr. Muhammad Muizzu, who he said had closely followed preparations and progress throughout. The government allocated all 1,000 Hajj quotas to the Maldives Hajj Corporation, including 50 reserved for individuals unable to afford the pilgrimage on their own. This year's Hajj saw key service upgrades for Maldivian pilgrims, including faster immigration via the Makkah Route Initiative and high-speed rail travel between Makkah and Medina. We'll be right back after a short break.
In here today.
Of course, bro. It's the kickoff. It's the new Premier League season. I'll be ready. Get loud. This is new faces, latest drip, and fresh trims. It's time to believe. The greatest league in the world is back.
Brought to you by MediaNet.
Kafa, tiga pocket and contact phone lani. Kafa, passport at the family could get the GIO. Kafe, can it any for she get the GIO?
Coco has no Kafe than a Hajj and Umbra plane nagag. Konkamaka Kafa has family. Ituru Malumat, Elite Mobile Lab, Adi myelite.mv.
Elite Ailaya, Marhaba.
Duo Vishumaka.
Giraluma facea energy, iron, protein, calcium, vitamin. Hashirana sadava. Gina madatan eklevi. Ad ihamer
Yummy.
Aguse. Origin modern look moro hikikiru. Eurocore. Authorized distributor. VAV Private Limited.
Welcome to our Moringa Magic Menu. Let's dive into these delicious dishes inspired by Moringa, twirl into wellness with our vibrant Moringa spaghetti, made with the freshest ingredients. Delight in every bite of our savory Moringa dumplings. A burst of green goodness. Get a taste of authentic Maldivian food with a fusion of flavors with Moringa rice and tuna skewers. Elevate your meal with Moringa Magic.
Welcome back. The Maldives Transport and Contracting Company, MTCC, approves a dividend of 2 rupiah per share from its 2024 profits.
The decision was finalized on Tuesday during the company's annual general meeting AGM held at the Ari Ballroom of Barcelona Sandra, with voting conducted via MSD 5-vote platform. A total of 156 shareholders participated in the AGM, representing 5,587,737 shares. The resolution to pay MVR 2 per share, based on a nominal value of 5 rupiah per share, received overwhelming approval from 99.95% of the votes cast by participating shareholders. Based on the shares represented, this indicates a total dividend payout of approximately 11.18 million rupiah. This year's dividend marks a decrease of 1 rupiah per share compared to the 3 rupiah per share paid out last year. MTCC's 2024 financial statements reveal a net profit of 44.8 million rupiah after tax deductions. This figure represents a significant 53.6% decrease compared to the 96.6 million rupiah profit recorded in 2023, reflecting a challenging year for the company. During the AGM, shareholders also officially approved the minutes from the 2023 AGM as well as the audited financial statements for 2024 and the director's report. Additionally, Deloitte Partners were reappointed as the company's external auditor for the coming year with an approved fee of 510,300 rupiah. Deloitte Partners have previously served as MTCC's external auditor.
Minister of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure, Dr. Abdullah Muttalib has stated the target set by President Dr. Mohammad Moizu to establish water and sewerage in all inhabited islands by next year is achievable based on current progress. The minister made these remarks while responding to questions from members of Parliament regarding delays and challenges in water and sewerage projects across the country. According to the minister, water and sewerage projects awarded to Fenaka Corporation under the previous administration were cancelled due to delays and procedural breaches, including unapproved designs, missing permits from Utility Regulatory Authority, and unauthorized subcontracting. Responsibility for the projects has since been transferred to Maldives Water and Sewerage Company MWSC, which is now addressing the issues and working to secure the necessary URA permits. More than 700 new tourism beds have been added in the Maldives so far this year, pushing the total number of registered beds to over 64,000.
According to the latest figures from the Ministry of Tourism and Environment, the total number of beds now stand at 64,033, up from 63,248 at the end of last year. This represents an increase of 785 beds within the first half of 2025. Breakdown of the current total shows 44,047 beds in resorts, 14,514 in guest houses, 3,162 in safari vessels, and 2,310 in hotels. As of now, 1,203 tourism facilities are in operation nationwide. These include 175 resorts, 853 guest houses, 159 safari vessels, and 16 hotels. The growth in available beds comes alongside a steady rise in tourist arrivals. By mid-June 2025, the Maldives welcomed 1,043,082 visitors, an increase of 9.1% compared to the same period last year, when 956,360 tourists had arrived. According to the ministry, over 700,000 of the tourists this year have stayed at resorts. More than 200,000 have opted for guest houses, over 29,000 stayed in hotels, and more than 24,000 spent their holiday on safari vessels. Last year, the Maldives recorded 2 million tourist arrivals. The government has set a target of attracting 2.3 million tourists by the end of 2025 and is actively implementing new initiatives to further expand and diversify the tourism sector.
The Parliament on Wednesday approved President Dr. Mohamed Moise's nominations for 2 non-resident ambassadorial posts. Under the approved appointments, the High Commissioner of the Maldives to the United Kingdom, Irtisham Adam, will also serve as non-resident ambassador to Ireland, while ambassador to European Union, Gail Ali, has been appointed as non-resident ambassador to Ukraine. Both Irtisham and Gela brings decades of experience in public service and diplomacy. Irtisham is a veteran diplomat who previously served as permanent representative to the United Nations office in Geneva under President Mohamed Nasheed. She was also ambassador to Switzerland and representative to the World Trade Organization and held the post of Minister of Youth and Sports during President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom's administration. Meanwhile, Gela has more than 30 years of experience across the health and foreign affairs sectors in the Maldives. Her diplomatic career includes serving as minister and charge d'affaires at the Permanent Mission in Geneva and Minister Counselor at the Maldivian Embassy in the United Kingdom. In 2018, she was appointed Additional Secretary and Head of Consular Services at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That's all for today. Have a good day.